Welcome to the Stronghold Podcast. I'm your host, Dave Barton. Episode 1, The Pillars of Stronghold, is here. But before we get started, I want to personally thank a few people that have helped encourage and support me on the podcast learning curve. Greg, host of the Endless Endeavor podcast. Thank you for your example and encouragement. Tim, host of Bold Move with Arc Tactical, and Lou, host of Everyday American. I wouldn't be here if it wasn't for your tricks of the trade and guidance. Thank you. With that out of the way, let's get started. In 2018, while sitting on a shoreline next to my oldest son, Carter, preparing to watch him complete a triathlon, something haunting hit me like a ton of bricks. I was all words and no action. Why did this matter? You see, I had responsibilities in life. I was a husband. I had 2 sons and relationships outside of the family to honor. I was all words, no action. And I was slowly losing more and more control of my life every day. It wasn't just that single day and moment, as I had watched some docu-series on food, and my wife, as a modern-day adaptation of an ancient healer, was trying to help our family make better choices. But I wasn't engaging with her until that day, when I saw all shapes, ages, and sizes, completing a triathlon that I was pretty sure I couldn't complete. How did this happen? I was an athlete. No, that day I was doughy Dave. Since that day, motivated by love and drive to honor my responsibilities, to be the husband my wife deserves, to lead my sons by example, and surrounding myself with positive influences, I have started to heal and become stronger. But why heal? Why that word? You see, my belief is that we have all lost loved ones, or more precisely, the best versions of them. And unlike death, where we grieve and the grieving can last, but can be overcome and diminish over time, the grieving over lost loved ones that remain with us for decades, suffering, sick, declining, complacent, not capturing the best versions of themselves, is truly painful. For me, I was a lost, overweight, weak, craft beer loving, NFL addicted dude. And I was slowly careening towards larger health issues. At this point, I had lived on my high school glory days, all of my 30s, and a portion of my 40s. I would try to go to the gym or try to eat differently, but I was just participating in my own life with no control, no plan, and no path towards healing. I was incapable of many things, including protecting and providing for my family in the manner that they deserved. I was all words, no action, and that was unacceptable. Early in 2024, I read the book Endurance by Alfred Lansing. If you haven't, please pause this podcast and go order it right now. It's that good and that important. The story details the 1914 Ernest Shackleton sailing expedition to eventually complete the first cross-Antarctic hike. I will constantly reference this book and its tenets in later podcasts, but for now, it is important because the story laid one extremely consuming word on my heart: capable. Capable. By embracing action, initially I was unconsciously pursuing knowledge of my own capabilities. It has been in this pursuit of capability that my heart has landed on another word: truth. You see, all the best people I have been exposed to on my journey, the books I have read, and influencers I have built into my ethos have certain things in common. By not living in lies, not blaming others, and not playing the victims, they instead all looked inward for their solutions. They looked inward because they realized that improvement, healing, and capability could be found in themselves. They looked inward and found truth, and then started building back from that foundation. My good friend has a saying. In fact, he put it on t-shirts and hats and hoodies and stickers. It says, "No one is coming to save you." I used to not understand because as a Christian, I thought, well, God sent Jesus to save me and others. But I misunderstood. It is inward where we come to terms with truth and our capability. It is inward where we decide we are ready to be saved. No one is coming to save you. We must want to change. We must want to heal. We must be ready to do the work. In our lives, we want to make truth or tend to make truth hard to find. It's not. It isn't hard to find, but it can be difficult to overcome the forces that obstruct it, that obstruct truth. The world provides noise, distraction, and deception every day. You often hear it expressed by people who say, "I just don't know what to believe anymore." People will set aside the truth because within their tribes or social settings, the truth can be upsetting and it can threaten their false sense of belonging. But again, the truth is not hard to find, especially when we seek it. Through reps and dedication, increasing our knowledge, doing the thing, and seeking to be better than yesterday, we can slowly remove these obstructions. And what will remain is truth. As Miyamoto Musashi said, if you know the way broadly, you will see it in everything. And it is this recognition or knowledge that is essential. Because as you seek capability, as you tackle difficult tasks, as you experience victories and overcome defeats, you recognize truth in a deeper sense. In this podcast, we will discuss capability, often using the analogy of a three-legged stool. The stool's legs are comprised of mind, body, and soul. And I have come to realize, as many others, that difficult tasks in each of these areas are intertwined with each other. They are truly intrinsically connected. And when we level up or take on one of them, we can grow in the others. But the importance of realizing that association and being mindful of it is essential. We have all seen the college professor's mastery of the mind, but they can be socially and physically inept. There are the gym bros with victory over the body, but lacking in deeper relationships or life skills. And finally, we have all felt the deep condemnation from soulful people who have lost touch with the other legs of their stool. It is in this pursuit of growth across the three legs that we truly find fulfillment, community, and purpose. As a listener of this podcast, you will continue to see through discussions, guests, and life just how interwoven capability and truth are. You see, these two words will serve as the pillars of the Stronghold Podcast. Stronghold is defined as a place where particular causes or beliefs are strongly defended or upheld. Together, with capability and truth as pillars, we will unearth the value that we all hold, and we will help others reclaim the best versions of themselves back from the fires of life. Thank you for joining me and listening into the Stronghold Podcast.